Welcome back, Fluffs. Today, we're going to be talking about more of my first con experience, which was back in 2019 for AnthrOhio. This was my first one as far as really getting into the community and fandom. And uh, the guest of honor at the time for that one was Majira. And so going into that, I was pretty excited because you get to see one of the big names and just got a few photos with him there, so that was pretty cool. But more importantly, this was my first look at actually being in almost any type of convention environment, so it was really cool to uh, see all the fluffs that were in suit and getting to see them. As I said, I got to see some of the bigger name YouTubes, mostly Majira, Kiwi, and Omnum. Uh, my friend, funny story, my friend absolutely adored Omnum and was just going completely bonkers over trying to go get a photo with him or with them, acronyms or pronouns. Um, and uh, she didn't want to go up to him and ask for one, so I'm just like trying to push her, nudge her, and then I just literally had to go up to Omnom and just say, "Hey, my friend wants a photo with you. Uh, do you mind?" And then they obliged, and we did get that. But she was so tense and just couldn't speak, so it was pretty funny to see that side of things. Um, I think one of the biggest things I loved was probably the dealer's den. Just because if I had all the money in the world, I would have loved to buy like almost everything from there. There was so much crazy and cool content in there, from fursuit stuff to just art in general. Uh, it's really hard not to go to one of those things and not want to blow all your money on something that you may not need, considering that you probably already spent enough to either travel down or to book a hotel or even go in the first place. So, word of the wise, if you haven't been to a convention, definitely uh, have a little bit of extra cash on the side that you know you can spend on, just so you don't overblow things and don't feel too guilty about buying uh, art from the exhibits in the dealer den. Obviously, it already costs enough to travel to different locations if you're out of state or going to some of the bigger ones. But definitely, I think that goes for any convention, is to definitely set a little bit of funds aside from for being able to purchase that stuff, because you're really going to shoot yourself in the foot if you uh, just have enough to attend but didn't have any to get that thing you wanted, like that nice shirt or that nice art piece from a artist that was there that you normally otherwise probably wouldn't be able to commission. Um, Speaking of which, the artist at the time there was Little Shark. She was really awesome to speak with. Her art was fantastic. I really wish at the time I did have more money to commission, because I would have loved to have a drawing from that, because she was a or is a really great artist. If you don't haven't ever seen anything by her, go look her up. It's a Little Shark, Lil Shark, and so if any of you haven't been to cons, the main way they're structured is panels, and the different panels have time ranges that they go throughout the day. So there was this one that was kind of like a Mad Libs one where they did a group. group audience with uh, essentially a group audience with everything, and then once the whole um, once the story of it was completed, for lack of a better definition or term, they asked an audience to kind of essentially go ad lib a presentation. And so during that time, me and my friend kept trying to raise each other's hands and get the other person up on the stage for it. So after a minute of doing that and failing, I kind of just let my guard down. So during one of them, she completely just lifts my hands up, and uh, one of the host panels at the time was Mark Sparks, and he got enough of a kick out of it that she raised my hand faster than anyone that did raise their hand uh, conventionally. So that brought a little bit of a just a kind of like, okay, we have to pick you, but are you okay with it? So I said I was, and then I got to do a fun presentation in front of a few strangers and Mark Sparks. So that was pretty cool experience, even though it was technically involuntary. Although I did end up volunteering because they wouldn't have allowed it otherwise. Unfortunately, my friend that did record it, his phone was crap, so she didn't. Or the footage that she recorded was so low quality that uh, I can't show it at all, or else it would just be pixelated. Plus, she has it. I didn't never get a copy because it was so bad. But maybe I can eventually look at the archives for the 2019 panel and see if I can ever find it. Uh, Another great thing I think were some of the other like not so much after hour ones, but the more mature ones that were less censored and just kind of humor and comedy. Those were probably some of the best damn panels there, just because it covered so many variety of topics. Some people coming up and sharing random stories of their experiences, either at cons or in life in general, um, and other things. One really funny one that I remember that still stands out. That if this person is watching and ever has the answer, I would love to know because one of the stories that he told was so he was uh, told his parents that the convention was here in Ohio and they were coming down for a trip anyway, so they dropped him off at the front. But apparently they caught wind that it was a furry convention. So as they were driving off, they uh, put on either fursuit masks or heads or paws or some kind of furry peripheral and started shouting uwu and owo at them as they drove off. One, if you are watching, thank you for that story, and two, if you ever comment down below or somewhere telling us the conclusion of that story because I really want to know where the heck they got that the peripheral from and to tease you about that. That's just really funny in that sense of the words. Oh, what's another great thing? So, one of my other, I think, great experiences there was getting to see a few of the musical artists compose their songs there, or not compose, but to play their songs there. Obviously, Omnam was one of the big ones there. Uh, he did a whole bunch of songs near the end in one of his little concerts, which was fantastic. And funnily enough, I believe Kiwi was playing with him to cover the bass. And so from where Kiwi was recording back in one of his videos. You just see this big call guy, which is just me with the phone just recording it. So in Kiwi's video that he posted, you could actually more than likely see me just recording and then having all these swarms of uh, people in the front rocking out with him. Really funny. Um, I'm trying to remember some of the other artists that were there at the time. I can't really remember their name, but I think it was like Constantine or started with a C. I really forget, but he was really amazing artist. Had a really beautiful voice and really good uh, vocal talent and of that nature. And his songs were really down to earth and honestly really sad and just really emotional, which were great. So if I can remember his name or edit that in post, I'll let you know. But I would have to dig up the information there to kind of find that. But yeah, that's kind of the story of my first con experience. Hopefully, there'll be more where I can actually wear this guy there and get some really good footage. But this is kind of what I remembered from 2019. Seems so long ago, and because of all the pandemic and stuff, we haven't really gotten much uh, con-oriented content or whatnot in a while. So I felt like it was a good time to at least bring up some reminiscence of previous ones. And honestly, it was my first one at the time, so that one will probably always hold a special moment in my heart, regardless of that. Uh, but yeah, thank you, Fluffs, for watching. Hope you got a little bit of a enjoyment out of me remembering First Con, and hope you stay tuned for more content. Until then, bye bye.